Yo, abusia me man krankrabia ache, man krankrabia ha, man krankrabia ajo, and the Quest of Akebulan. We project African spirituality and culture. We project consciousness and liberation of Africa. And then you will cropon, baby, I did you my friend said Black Power Conference 2023. And one no more invited and say yembra embe cover yaba because yen nuanum bebre a omo wo amanone ni nyina eba me kire the diasporans no omo aba nti e bebi so omo amadwene a omo wo efa Africa so ye ka Africa power ye nipadua ana ye honhom sem ene ye ka nti me man krankra bia akwa aba. The journey continues and today we are in a Kropon at a place called I almost celebrating Black Power and I say a BB to me program no I say ena ye way yencha dia ebeko so ewa ha no keep watching. The journey continues. I'm always the voice of your ancestors.
So I don't want to miss any names, and I think I'm on short time here, but I want to thank Abimfo Nana Kwame for this blacktastic facility that he and his family and our family have created. Let's start with the definition. I always like to know what I'm dealing with. So Black Power, to me, is we're standing in and on our Black Power. This land called Kemet, the original name given to it by our grandancestors, empowers us. So we are on fertile ground, but it needs to be cultivated by your energy. It needs to be nourished by you, so it will therefore flourish, and then it will flower because of your energy that you're going to put into this land called Kemet. Black Power, Abibi Tumi, and the other word is Abibi Fahodie, Black Liberation. Now, Black Power is the foundation and the core of Black liberation. Without Black Power, we don't get to Black liberation. And this Black Power is the channel that will take us and put us black on track to our liberation. Now, what is Black liberation? For Black people, and Nana Kwame teaches us that Black and African are interchangeable, but we prefer Black because Black is power. Everything that's meaningful on the planet is Black. The universe, the mother's womb, everything that's powerful is Black. So for Black people, Black liberation is the grand, great, gargantuan, royal, imperial, majestic, monumental, biggest concept and biggest idea that will lead us to Black liberation. So this idea, this biggest concept, and winning endgame action will lead us to the effective and successful implementation of the once and for all solution to the biggest problem on planet Earth. And that biggest problem is white people. So I want you to understand this definition. And the winning end game, most organizations that we have, they don't have a winning end game. They exist. So I'm saying, well, what's the conclusion? Where are we going with it? But Black liberation is the winning end game that will lead us to the once and for all solution to the biggest problem on planet Earth. Dr. John Henry Clarke said, when you talk about the number of Africans who died in the Black Holocaust, he said, begin your count at 600 million. Start your count at 600 million. And since we've encountered these, our enemy, I say our venemies, our enemy with a snake pointing at you with this tongue facing you, our venemies have destroyed at least 1 billion Africans on this planet since we have encountered them. In addition to deceit, they gave us misinformation or disinformation. I actually call it pro-death. And they got us engaged in pro-death activities. The next ingredient was confusion that they put in the pot. Confusion. Con means against, fusion. Unification, unity. And they threw that in the pot. And this means specifically that we have innumerable identities and ideologies. They have splintered us through confusion. Next is coercion, then force, and then killing. And the last one, as part of their stream of thinking, is they have a code. And the code is external and it's internal. The external code is that for them, in their system, you don't step out of their system. If you step out of their system, you get killed. John Kennedy is an example. He wanted to abolish the Federal Reserve. He wanted to bring the people out of Vietnam. And he wanted to, in a very limited way, infuse the so-called civil rights movement. The former mayor of New York, his net value is $94 billion. And are you telling me that he can't take $2 billion to help all those homeless people, all those veterans, to build housing, to provide health care for everybody? Jeff Bezos of Amazon, his net value is $150 billion. So they have a code. They also impose that code on black people. We always talk, well, if the actors, if the entertainers, if they get together, they could do this, that. They are locked into the same code. You are compelled not to do anything to help improve the condition of black people. That people think that being stuck is a bad thing, but being stuck is a good thing because that's when our creative mind kicks in to help us solve problems. And so the last part of this idea of the Kanban and this system is always be authentic, fluid, genuine, and organic. And organic means to set up firewalls so you are inoculated against the poisons of the world that are coming against us. And I wanted to give you a list of books that tell you what the white side of the board is doing. Like Ted Turner wants you dead. He wants to reduce the world population down to 250 to 350 million people. That's from the white side of the chessboard. From the black side of the chessboard, the book, The Choice. Dr. Bobby E. Wright said, this statement alone is worth the price of the book. Sam Yet, in the book, The Choice, he says, black people have two choices, liberation or liquidation. What we have now is pacification. And pacification does not stop, it's not liberation, and it does not stop liquidation. So we all must be on point, and this conference is to put us back on track. So listen carefully to what our presenters have to say, and I have a lot more to say, and I hope that you can receive this, and we'll extend this conversation at another time. So get all yourselves together, de-whitenize, re-Africanize, and that will put us on point, on track to our black liberation. So thank you, Madasi, Madasi, Madasi. All right, now.
I'm glad Legona's in the house. We have Oene and his Impenifo. I say Impenifo, they're all younger than me, but Impenifo. So this is Nana Nkrumah Abamfo, and he is the chief farmer at Kriafo Hall. So they have a traditional rulership that's linked to the next town over, Amanokrom, our sister town right here, and they do everything. If you can stand up, if those from Kriafo Hall can stand up. This is our future generation. Thank you so much, Madam Ase. And I'm glad that they were able to be in on Baba Kamal Kamban's keynote. Baba Kamal Kamban is very serious about black liberation. And the structure that you're in is a place where we do deliberations on black liberation, where we do work for black liberation. And that is why this is called Abibitumi, because we see having the power is the way we bring that about. We could have Baba Mukasa Dada, who is our #1 awardee for Sunday's award ceremony. And he invented the word black power for those who don't know. So we just look at it like people say black power, but he's known as the one who coined it and brought it forth. So if you can stand up, Baba Mukasa Dada. Abibitumi! Black power! Black power! Black power! Abibitumi no. All right. Thank you so much. I also see one of our presenters, Baba Kemet Shakli, or Bimfo Kemet Shakli, came all the way from Houston, Texas, to be with us. Our Benin delegation has come in. Can the Benin delegation come stand up for us? Mayor Perja, my long-lost brother, Akosude. Yeah, we thought he got lost in the Bermuda Triangle. My sister Akila, we're glad to have the Benin delegation here, and so many others. So, Sankofa Soldier, 25th anniversary of the Sankofa journey, started back in 1998. These are esteemed guests who have gone all around Ghana with us. We're so pleased to have them here. We have Mr. Epps. We have the Tema Royal School. They brought over 20 children here. And we have Komfanoche, Mr. Epps of the board. Their children are on the other side doing children things. Abibitumi. So there are so many. I don't want to leave anyone out. We have Maame Grace, who is here with our whole media house. We have Destination Africa, Afro Parenting Village.
In the Quest of Akebulan, we preach African liberation and African consciousness. I'm always the voice of your ancestors and my ancestors. My name is Maame Grace. Today we are making a great history because we are talking about African liberation. When you hear Africa, I'm there. So I'm here in a Kropon na yefa history ni bi na ye de ama ye a great speech earlier, and we want to ask a few questions. These are well-endowed people, and omo agada waha, and omo ka Africa sem. The man, the grandfather, and our grandpapa, and now the man standing beside me, no coined the word black power. And we want to know what inspired him to coin that word together. And he said, what is Asemna theatre na uni baby free? They are all here originator of the Asemno. Or no na original. And we could be sent a few questions. What inspired you? What's the meaning of black power? Is it spiritual? Is it physical? What is it about? So you are watching the Quest. Let's welcome Daddy on set. Daddy, we welcome you to the Quest. Okay, so Daddy greets the viewers. You have over 400,000 people watching you right now. So greet them. Introduce yourself to us.
Greetings. My name is Mukasa Dada, formerly named Willie Ricks, the slave name, and I was part of a group called SNCC, and I believe in African unity. I'm home to Africa. Nkrumah called me home. I'm home.
Nkrumah called you home and you are home?
Yes.
Wow. Welcome home, Daddy.
Thank you.
Okay, so Daddy, when you say African power, what inspired you? One, what's the meaning of that?
African power means African unity. It means that we control all our resources and we come together as an African people, and that will be black power, United States of Africa.
United States of Africa. So when you say African power or black power, are you talking about our personality, physical personalities, or you are talking about spirituality?
I'm talking about equality I'm saying that every African have a economic state in every diamond, gold, oil, silver, copper, pearl, and we want to unite Africa where we can give everybody a nice house, nice land, and liberate and unite all African people worldwide. So Black Power means unity of African people. It means Pan-Africanism.
Pan-Africanism. Do you think it's working?
It's working because we're working on it. And that Pan-Africanism is something that we have to build, and it would take a few more days, few more years, a struggle of liberation and fighting. And we have to change the economic system from capitalism and imperialism and neo-colonialism to scientific socialism. We have to make revolution and step forward Africa and make Africa the most powerful economically, socially, political country on the face of the earth. We have everything here in Africa, and the whole world would have to come and give respect and honor to Africa when we unite, and we'll be able to lift the whole world, not only lift Africa up, but we will lift the whole world.
We will lift the whole world. That's very, very emotional statement. Daddy, I will leave you here. The speech looks like a political speech.
Yes, it's a revolutionary speech, always.
Ways. Do you think religion is also causing us?
Well, religion, if all religions must work for the liberation of Africa, work for the liberation of our people, fight for Pan-Africanism, fight to have all Africa coming together, and we want to live on earth. And the better we live on earth, the stronger we live on earth, the more we will understand religion. But we want to solve all the problems people have on earth and make the earth a better place for people to live. And then they can go by and by.
They can go by and by. Bro, Funa is serious. So your last words, your advice to the youth especially, to the youth, your advice to them.
My advice to the youth is to get organized, build organization, and work together, love each other, learn your African history, learn your African culture, and live it. And work for unity of Africa. And you work for unity of each other. When you love each other and work together, and you have love and respect for the women, for the girlfriend, for your children, then you're working for African unity. And when we love each other, when we learn our true African history, then we will rise up more powerful than the world itself. Pan-Africanism, African history, African culture, African liberation.
Thank you, Daddy. Like always, I always say Africa will be great again. I always tell you people to love, love, and hate, hate. Daddy, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Abumi, Abimi to me. Abibi to me. Abibi to me.
Abibi to me.
Everybody say Abibi to me.
Black power.
Abibi to me.
Abibi to me.
Black power.
Abibi to me.
Long live Kwame Nkrumah. Long live African unity.
Long live Africa.
Everybody say Africa must unite.
Africa must unite. Oh. Thank you so much, Daddy. So that is Africa will unite. So that's the quest for you. It's great, it's getting bigger. Let this sink into your system. Let it sink into your head. Let it sink into your children. We will be great again. You are watching the Quest of Akebulan. We talk about African liberation and consciousness for Black people. And then we are a great program is going on. Black Power Conference. I think this is the maiden edition. We are keeping, I believe in 20 years we will still be here and it will be bigger and it will be greater than you are seeing right now. So Daddy gave us a great speech. It was very emotional. Myself, I was very, very emotional. So I decided to put him on set to ask him for a few questions. But before then, I want him to introduce himself to all of us so we know who we are going to talk to or ask questions from. So, Daddy, please introduce yourself to us, your name. We want to know who you are and what we are doing here.
Abibi Tumi,
Black Power.
Abibi Fahodie.
Black Power.
I'm Kamal Kwesi Ajaman Kamban. I repatriated from the USA, North Carolina, originally from Brooklyn, New York, to North Carolina, with my beautiful wife, Queen Mother Efia Osantiwa Maria Kamban. Our background is that we delivered our children at home in the US and New York. No hospitals, no medicine. Home birth, the African way. We changed our diet. We know that the white people are trying to kill us with food. So my family, no meat, no sugar, no white flour, no salt, now no oil, no dairy products. These are killers. We left, we moved to North Carolina, we built our own home. Took us 9 years, no mortgage. Debt is slavery. We had a well, we had our own water supply, didn't have a water bill. We took care of our own electricity. We took care of our own heat. We burned firewood. For 35 years, I cut logs, cut with a chainsaw to heat our home. We took the money that we saved from not giving it to the white people. We bought a big building, 3,500 square feet in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's the capital of North Carolina. We came up with the name Blacknificent. Blacknificent means that we, African people, are more than magnificent. We are blacknificent. And we brought all the people, all the important people, all the thinkers to our place. Then we left to come home to Kemet. This whole continent is called Kemet, land of black people. That's what our ancestors call it. Now I created 3 categories. Ancestors, that's our aunts, uncles, friends, relatives who've made their transition. But then we have grandcestors. Grandcestors are those who have been fighting against the enemy. Now some of you don't think we have an enemy.
Daddy, looking at Ghana, let's narrow it down to our own.
Yes.
Do you think at the level where we are now, liberation is possible for us?
It's possible because it only takes one person. I want you to check out this guy. His name is Hiro, H-I-R-O, Onada. He's Japanese. He was fighting in World War II. And his commander said, never give up. And he didn't know that the war was over. And he was still fighting. He was hiding in the bush, stealing food for 24 or 27 years. They had to go and get his commander to tell him the war is over. You understand? One person makes a difference. This is why all around the world, for African people, retina scans, fingerprints, mobile money, all this is tracking you. Because the enemy knows one person can make a difference.
Let me ask one sarcastic question. When you were coming to Ghana, you came with a plane. We Africans, we've not made any plane. So if not because of these people we are talking about, how would you have gotten back to us here?
I would swim.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Daddy.
That's
we appreciate your time.
That's why we need Ghana Airways back, owned and controlled by Ghana.
But they said the Ghana Airways, we bought it. We didn't make it.
I know, hey, but that's why I say.
But we can make it. We have what it takes.
The African winning end game. I just gave you the list. Mathematics, methodology, procedures, tactics, all of that. That enables us, and that's what this conference is about. The Bibi Tumi Conference gives us the audacity to say, we will win.
We will win, indeed. Thank you so much, Daddy. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time. So, the game that I'll see your dad. Thank you so much. So you are watching the Quest of Akebulan. We preach African consciousness and African liberation. I am the voice of your ancestors. I welcome you once again. We are still here in Ekropon. We are still at the Black Power Conference 2023 edition. And the journey continues. We have one of our brothers here with us. I'm going to ask him a few questions. Do you remember we went to visit Benin, King Gezo and King Nyele's palace? Do you remember? Yes, now we have one of our brothers from that side, and I'm going to ask him a few questions. Let's welcome him. Eka Rosa.
Oh.
Dadani.
Dada. More Dada.
Okay, sir. Grace in Soro. Okay, so I'm going to ask him a few questions. I just gave him a greetings in Yoruba and I introduced myself as Grace in Eka say. Intime kwako bisano say yeka African liberation and no any spirituality nenam and I know what to me come ye. So sir, welcome. Introduce yourself to the world and let us know who you are before I start my questions.
Thank you very much. Ago Nkankweche Njavalu Mekole. I am Akosude Oras Kunyazonde from the Dahomey Kingdom in nowadays Benin Republic. I'm a passionate son of Africa and I'm pleased and happy to be in your midst.
So that's our brother. I'm going to ask him a few questions. Here on this program, we are talking about African liberation.
Indeed.
And they are saying Black Power Conference. So when they say Black Power, is it our personality as Black people, or is we are saying Black Power because of our spirituality?
We are saying Black Power because of what we call Mujiza. Mujiza is the Swahili word for miracle. Swahili, the most spoken African language in Africa, puts this powerful concept in a small word to say that we need to be able to achieve what people think is impossible. When you do what people think is not possible, they call it a miracle. And everybody is convinced that Africa is enslaved beyond retrieval, that we have been compacted and reduced to a minimum that we cannot recover from. It is the mission of our generation to prove those people wrong and to realize the miracle of building an Africa we will be proud to hand down to our children.
So when they say Africa, can we liberate ourselves without our spirituality?
It's like asking if you can live without breathing.
Okay, so explain.
If you want to live, you breathe. If you want to liberate, you need to liberate from the essence of who you are. The question is, do you have a body or are you your body? Body is an external possession. The essence of who you are is inside, is spirit, immaterial. So the liberation must start from your spirit, so we cannot do it without spirituality.
Great.
And that's why in Africa we don't have religions. Religion is some fancy thing you do some days of the week, some periods of the year to look good and feel good and maybe atone for whatever you have done. But when you talk about spirituality, it's a part of who you are and a way of life.
So our gods, are they still with us as Africans?
Spirit is not like flesh. Flesh goes and comes. Spirit just is.
We experience spirits with their power and their evidence. So are they still here with us?
They are. Are we still asking them to intervene? Are we still in the position and the disposition where they can come into our affairs and bring help? Are we? That is the question.
Are you saying we've detached?
We are being detached.
Really?
I'm telling you,
What
generation.
brought about that? What brought about that?
Let's say the political and cultural warfare that has been waged on us for the past centuries, but moreover, the cultural shock, the civilization shock that we encountered when else dwellers came into our homes and tried to convince us that they knew better than us who we were. Today, African people, there are lots of people that are just dwelling on the land, black-skinned dwellers, but we don't have many African citizens. We think like Westerners, we eat like Westerners, we dress like Westerners. Even now, the fact that we are not able to share this knowledge, these beliefs, without using the instrument that is a colonial language, proves how far we have been alienated.
What can we do to go back? What can we do? What do you think we can do? Give me 3 structures or 5 even if possible, that you think we can do to make up with them again?
First thing would be throw a stone. Throw a stone. Throw a stone would be, when you throw a stone, you cannot catch it back before the stone falls to the ground. You are not fast enough. So a stone is like proper knowledge. Once you throw it, there's nothing that can be done to take it back. First of all, we need to re-educate ourselves. Know who we are, what being an African in the 21st century means, what has been given up for us to be standing here, what has been sacrificed for us to be able to benefit of what we take for granted. So first thing would be know yourself. Throw a stone. Once you know yourself, you share that knowledge. And the knowledge keeps rolling like a stone and it builds moss.
That's one.
That's one. Two would be reconnect. Reconnect to the past that has been drawn to you as diabolic, as mischief, as barbarity. Know that Africa is the birthplace of every science, art, craft, knowledge that the universe has known. I didn't say the earth, the universe. And those other nations are our children. The black man gave birth to the red man that is in the forest. The red man gave birth to the yellow man that is peopling Asia. The yellow man gave birth to the white man that is the last born of human creation, but that has come to dominate. We reconnect to who we are, to the greatness and knowledge of our ancestors, and we will find that Sankofa, when you go back, you understand that the knowledge you need to overcome the challenges you face today has already been left to you by your ancestors yesterday.
Okay, so that's two.
Third thing, synergize. We are not organizing, we are agonizing.
Explain.
Until you start organizing, you are at risk, you are at jeopardy. What one man can do on his own can be successful. But when you put two men together, their success will always be greater than the sum of the individual successes. When you take a broom, you cannot,
But
you are
when
not
you
strong
take
enough.
one.
You can break it all. So we need to synergize, Harambe in Swahili. Until we achieve synergy, we will be like chasing our own tails, making a lot of noise but little progress. We need to come together, and that's why meetings, gatherings as this one, Abibi Tumi Black Power Conference, is important.
It's very
We need
important.
to recollect our people scattered around the world
Reinforce.
and give them one aim, as Marcus Mosiah Garvey said. We need one purpose.
I think I have to put him on Revelation set. So I would drag him to Revelation set so I can ask him question. This one is the Quest of Akebulan. So your advise us as Africans. Advise us as Africans. Let that be your last words. Advice to every African that is watching us right now.
We stand in time as witnesses. And those who came before us owe us things that we also owe to those who will come after us. Let us become aware that we have a responsibility, a mission, that the legacy we received, we need to understand it, improve it, and hand it down to the next generation. If you don't accept the mission you are given, you can't accomplish it. Understand that you, African, that you are alive today, you are alive because of the grace of the Creator, the will of the ancestors. You are an answer to prayers that have born in their hearts thousands of years ago. We are here to accomplish. So find the field you are supposed to impact. Connect with other brothers like-minded in the goal. And let's make the miracle become true.
Let's make the miracle become true. Let's love, and let's hate. He said throw a stone. Oh. That stone, about Revelations, no one will explain it better. What stone is that? When you are, I will make sure I drag him on that set, so we are able to delve into him and get a lot of things from him. Thank you so much, brother. I do appreciate your time and everything. That's our brother from Dahomey or Benin, and waka a lot of huge stuff into your Baba be breaking it down on Revelations platform. So keep watching. The journey continues. Gain your consciousness, and liberate yourself as African.
he's going to show us how you can go out into your own yard and heal yourself. So he will speak in Chi and I will translate for you. Medasi.
Haye abibi tumi fie. Abibi tumi no so abi wo ahabamam. Nti yenso ya yenhwehwemu wo ahabamam a yede sa nyarewa ahuru bebre. Yenso obuade achede odeman nen. Yo nti sesi a yegina ha yi. Medin ankasa de abusu apehini esino okata. Yo na sesi ni yegina ho no ye okrantorwa. Na sa okrantorwa yi bebre ede ye aduandi bi de ye adrunum se mojadru ana bribia etisa. Na ade ba akwan a etum ye pa bion ne nkomu bete no fresh one obi aniti ana mema na agina niti mo pa wote wono waposa na odi aso wodo so na sa mema na ada niti mu nyina be titiri obi wo yare bi ti say stroke wodo so na eyi sa yin ma ne kasa no e ba ntemtem dwumadi a edipa na apart from no bia nim se mojadru ye ni secret ba kwan a me de ama abibi tumi afashe yo ahabano when we say fifi fresh one na won free we what one wa posa nua ni su wom won fa nsu bia amfra now they are so
So just as Busia Penning said, this is called Okrantoroa. It's also known as Abedru, these ones. And these are the ones that are put into soups and stews. He says everyone knows that it's a medicine for blood, right? They call it mojadru. So if you have anemia and things like this, then you can use Okrantoroa for that. But he said it's also good for hypertension. He said also the fresh leaves are good. Amama is like if you have mucus in your head, that it's also good for clearing out the mucus and all of those types of impurities. But he said the secret that most people don't know is that it's also good medicine for stroke. And convulsion. Yeah. I know
epilepsy do
he said that we'll come to one that's specially for epilepsy, that different people use it in different ways, but there's one specific for epilepsy that he will come to as well.
Is it a dosage? How much?
But I'll say dodo
we edumre bia ensu nim nti wobenya se wobe posa wobenya nsu na ebeye atre baako tablespoon baako unya se nsu na no.
He said there's if you do it and you don't mix it with any water, then you take it, you grind it down, and the liquid from inside of that, you'll use 1 tablespoon for that, right? And then you'll take 1 tablespoon. So he's showing you how you can grind it just in your own palms. And then you mash it, and then you get the liquid from inside. And she's mentioning what is on So what he's mentioning is that you put it in your nose, right? So you take the liquid from it, you drip it directly into your nose for that.
Remo friend anka yen ye friend akutu wo ba akuapema for friend akutu ana other regions in the friend no anka yen ye friend akutu na haban wo yi wo betetew na wo de afra paya haban obi ana pom eye no memremre ontumi ensoro no woti wo yi bi no wato bi na wanua na wasonso ama obenum disposable glass and last one ketwa ewo mu no ba kwa anopa ene ba kwa anumre ne ho be ne de ana kutukuru ya ne dua no na asintin no ene paya asintin ene koko asintin obi a ni sisi ene ya pa ontumi enante na wanua amananum and also yiva.
So it's mentioned that this one is called akutu. The other accounts call it anka. This is something that you may know as orange, right? You can smell the citrus inside of it. So this is an orange leaf. What he said is that you can take the leaves of akutu, and this is an example of what we're talking about. They're all accounts, but the accounts here call it akutu. Other accounts call it anka, but it's the very same plant. He's saying that you take the leaves from akutu, and then you also take the leaves from avocado, and someone who is feeling very weak, then they'll boil those together, and then from that, they will, in short order, they will start feeling strong. He also mentioned for those who have, lower back pains, this is also very good. He mentioned the roots of this one, also the roots of avocado, and then the roots of cocoa, right? The same cocoa that we use for chocolate and other things, that you boil those together, and then also, and also, and that's the one that's for lower back, right? So this one is general weakness, and then the roots of those three, the orange, the avocado, and then cocoa, that one is for those with lower back pains. It will take care of that for you.
And akutukruya obi on person obenya cancer. Na habana what the befra efemusa what the efemusa any pepper befra anua anum yara your friend cancer wonya bida.
He's saying this very same leaf is good for preventing cancer. So he says you take this one and then you add to it from wisa. That one that's black pepper.
Alligator pepper.
Alligator pepper. That's what they call alligator pepper in English. My tree is better than my English, so please forgive me. And then also they have pepper, and that one is called cloves. So you add those together, you cook them together, and then cancer that is known as cancer, you will never get it from that combination.
As I said, you need quiet. Iti uchire edrune ko kwai mu bebria nipa no faso bia na obenya woso nti ne ya kire niama ewo yehu se na unhu a faso beba so na se due ya friend na jama yo oyi o jama
Please pass us around ejama for the video.
Sa o jama yi English name. Nkomu memremre se obi a wanya prostrate dunsosi a ese wode ne ko hospital no wokɔhye ne roban obeti we obeyam woyama ode befra obeyam efe wusa abana baako afra na wode ensavufu aguso no wahiti wode obobeto jam na wode atomti ebehuru ehuru na ejabe pe no wanom 30 minutes pepepe obadwonso wanwonso de wankasa hu se waben wo ye dan ubewu
My greetings to you all, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Blessing Affair Answer. I am a pupil from Tema Royal School and I'm in Basic 6. It is a pleasure to share my views on Black Power and how I can contribute in making Black Power successful. First and foremost, Black Power is an umbrella term given to a movement for the support of rights and power and political power for Black people. Secondly, the 1965 assassination of Malcolm X, coupled with the urban riots of 1964 and 1965, the slogan Black Power was introduced into civil rights struggle. Since then, it has caused alarm and confusion. Finally, my contributions in making Black Power successful. I will create a fundamental platform for Black people in America. I will also improve Black interest and black economy. In conclusion, I hope what I said will be able to tell you a little about black power and how I can contribute in making black power successful. Thank you.